Welcome to No Contingencies, a real estate live show with no filters, no BS, and no safety nets. We are now on the air. We're going to introduce our host team first, then we're going to come back to our new guest. I'm Liz Ryan.
Hey, and I'm Parker Pemberton.
Put your phone down, Pemberton.
I'm Nick Wolpaw, right here in the booth.
Hello, Nick. Today's guest is a true cornerstone of our brokerage. Licensed since 2012, yeah? And with Pemberton Homes since the very beginning, she's been a steady force behind the growth of both the team and the brokerage and the agents around her. She consistently sells 30-plus homes a year while also helping to lead our Apple Valley office, balancing high production with a genuine commitment to helping others, deeply involved in her community and always willing to share what she's learned. She's the kind of agent who makes everyone around her better, and we're excited to dig into the mindset, systems, and approach to relationships that have made her so impactful. Please help us welcome Nicole Junker to the show.
Oh my gosh. Thank
You're
you,
missing
Liz.
some good music.
Welcome,
Parker.
Nicole.
Thanks.
Well, it's because I refuse to wear the headphones.
I know, but it was good music. You would have liked it. Okay, so this is like our most fun show because Nicole has been with us the longest.
Yeah.
Right?
Very long time.
Okay, so we're... What year do you think you met Parker?
2010 or 11?
Yeah, because I was with the group for a year and a half before I got licensed.
Okay.
So I think Parker was still with the group in 2010. Is that when you left to go back to golf?
That's when I failed out the first time.
Dropped out.
Yeah. What does that put us at here? That's
It's a lot of years. It's 15 years?
16 years.
yeah,
going
we're
on. This
closing in on
April-
20 years. I mean,
Of knowing each other? Yeah.
Yeah. This April will be my 16th anniversary as an agent, but yeah, 18 years with the company.
Okay, tell me this. I'm going to ask this in both directions. Parker first. In your earliest memories of Nicole, what was the memory where you were like, oh, shit, she knows what she's doing?
Was this before I trained you in, by the way?
Well,
Yeah. Also, at what point did you train? Yes,
At what
keep
point
going.
did you
This
train
is great.
Liz?
I think I showed you.
trained Liz.
I showed you the Rolodex that was
Yeah.
at the Coldwell Banker
You
office.
absolutely
gosh.
set up my computer
I think
for
I
me
helped
like
you,
such a sweetheart.
Put your name in the printer. I showed you the file cabinet.
Oh my God.
Yes, you did.
That was maybe in the days when I was
crying.
working as an intern and I was drag dropping pictures of listings into that one singular template that we had.
Yeah.
And that went out to all the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how long, and that was in, not even in Photoshop, that was in like
Word.
Word. Internet really wasn't a home search tool at the time.
Yeah.
For perspective here.
We had MLS. It's
Yep.
not like we were using books that were still published.
Right.
Like we had MLS, but Zillow was not a thing, or if it was very, very early Zillow.
Mhm.
Like there was not a lot of public search capability
Mhm.
for people to look at homes on their own, like there is now. So yeah, it was very much more agent led than consumer led.
We
love
actually
that.
went to broker opens.
Yeah.
Remember that? We'd go to our
Yeah.
Tuesday meeting and then
There'd be like 3 or 4 agents that would have like hot properties, and we would really just go get snacks and lunch.
Absolutely. And I always wondered, I'm like, why are we spending more than half the day looking at random listings?
Because it was free food.
I mean, you can't really argue.
And that
with
was
that.
back in the day when like insider trading was, or I shouldn't say insider
Insider
trading.
trading. There was a lot
private
of
listing,
off market.
Off market, yeah.
Inside deals done.
And then clear cooperation came around, and now the industry's pushing back for private inventory. So
The
maybe
pendulum
we-
swings
Maybe
back.
we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So first memory of Nicole, I just remembered your assertive personality. Let's put it that way.
All the way back then.
All the way back then, Nicole was assertive. Well, you were coming out of the mortgage
It's
industry.
a nice way of saying that. I was like,
Well, yeah, you're not afraid to be real. You know,
yeah.
And but then also you have this soft spot, and like if I really wanted to
Much
right
more
now
so
on this
now.
moment, I could make you cry too.
You
Yeah.
could.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what I remember, and being able to handle a wide variety of clients. I feel like you truly
Right.
stepped into your own. I could be wrong. This is my perspective, but when Steve was in cancer treatment, and you and I went on that, there was like $1.2 million listing appointment,
Yeah.
and then we just kind of took care of things. And I would say you took care of things.
Well, and
but-
I think that forced us both to grow up a lot.
right.
Right. And run the business.
And that was, it was kind of cutting the safety net, and then we're like, all right, well,
Let's do
we
it.
got to figure this out.
Yeah.
And so early days, I think this was around the time Liz was entering the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone listening, Nicole is agent number 1 at the company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still here after
It's frightening.
16 years.
No, I love it.
And you've developed your career, and you started off. You and I both were just trying to figure out like what is the avenue that we want to take in this business.
Well, then there's been so many changes, right, with technology and having to shift and adapt and recreate yourself. And okay, in this next 3 years, what does business look like, right?
Right.
Because things were changing rapidly.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Nicole, from your perspective, what was your earliest memory of Parker where you were like, okay, this one's different. This is not just a regular agent.
Oh, I mean, I remember Parker at 23 years old before he went to play golf.
Oh my
Nick, when you
gosh,
edit this,
right.
put my headshot. Remember we went to that lady's. Okay, that's a good headshot. I was dripping in Joseph A. Bank. Okay, so we got to find this.
Oh my gosh.
We do have a couple pictures. Nick, you want to throw those up right now? There's a
Oh my gosh.
cutie early Nicole. I think that's like 2017-ish, so
Yeah.
not super early.
Right.
What else you got?
That was at Zillow.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Spencer Raskoff,
okay?
former
yeah.
CEO of Zillow.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
very
was
cool.
fun. Spent a lot of money that day.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. And
Oh
there's
my
me and
gosh.
Nicole.
Yes.
Those are some early
Is
days.
that like our superhero?
That was the Peter Pan Girl Scout year, so I was wearing
Okay.
a Captain Hook hat before that.
Oh,
But
excellent.
at this point, we lost that
I mean,
hat.
Liz and I go back so far, like
Mm-hmm.
not just professionally, but personally, like
Right.
back very far.
Should I
Yeah.
tell you what I remember from my very first memory of Nicole? We had gone to my older daughter was in second grade, was just starting second grade, and we had gone to a Girl Scout information night. And somehow we had left this like 30-minute session, and I was going to be in charge of her troop, and there was all these families coming saying like, okay, you're going to be the leader. What happens next? And I was like, I have no clue. I don't even know what I'm doing. And that kind of died down, and Nicole sat down next to me like she does, put her arm on the table like she does. And she's like, so I'm Nicole. And I'm like a couple years ahead of you in this, and I'm going to show you how to do everything. It's going to be fine. And by the way, do you own a home in Apple Valley?
What? I did not.
You didn't.
Stop.
But couldn't you see it?
Oh, yeah, maybe a little. No.
But even from that, like, that is absolutely Nicole's nature, is to just be like, I can see what you're going through. Let's talk about it. And you do that.
Because that's
Always the
stressful.
empath.
Like, Girl Scouts is really stressful.
Yeah, we could do a whole podcast about Girl Scouts being stressful, Parker.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But
And
also, like, was
I don't know.
an essential part of me networking in the community and becoming who I am in real estate. Like,
Absolutely.
bringing those two worlds together was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and when I look back at leadership development, somebody said this recently, and I don't remember who it was, but said, if you want to look at how to develop good leaders, look at volunteer organizations
Yeah.
and how they develop adult volunteer leaders. Because those people, I mean, there's no formal compensation. There's no formal relationship. You just have to figure out how to influence other adult volunteers to jump on board with your ideas. Like, that's tough.
At one time, I was a Girl Scout leader. I was the secretary of the PTA in elementary school. I was learning the ropes towards swim team booster club, and I was a real estate agent.
Nicole did
Talk
all
about
the
psycho.
a little psychotic. Yeah, Nicole did all of the volunteer roles a couple years ahead of me. So I was always like, oh, Nicole's got it figured out. I could do it. And then I get into it and be like, oh my God, what the hell did I sign up for, Nicole? This is terrible. You have all those years ahead of you,
On
Parker.
one hand, that's got to be incredibly hectic, but on the other, it keeps you focused on what matters the most. Like,
Well,
you
and it
can't
helps
really
with
slack
time
off.
management too, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like very early time management skill building right there. Like, okay, I have an hour to work on this today. I have an hour to work on this today. And then like working on my business.
Well, and you've got these different groups of people in these different communities that you can network with and get to know, and that's how you build a business.
Yep.
So I mean, I am entering that phase. It looks a little different. I have the luxury of having a really supportive spouse that stays home and takes care of the kids.
Yeah.
Versus being a mom and trying to do all the things. So I have a lot of, just perspective, right?
Sure.
It's really hard to be a mom in real estate. And that's why moms kick ass in real estate, to be honest. Single moms, like, you got to keep your priorities in order. And half the battle in this industry is just holding yourself to a schedule and a standard, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, and what's the rule that we always talk about? I always forget what the name is. It starts with a P, but the one about the work that whatever work you've selected will fill the time that you have.
Plato's principle.
No,
No?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's law?
See, I don't.
Hey, Nick, look that up, please.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of it's
That's
something
very 2010.
But the
Work will fill the time allotted.
Allotted. Yeah.
there it is. Yes, but the idea that like you can make time for as much
Parkinson's
stuff as
law.
you want.
Yeah.
You're always going to be busy, but like you get to choose. But Nicole's always been a master.
You got to
of that.
remember, I don't read any books outside of like business or self-help.
I am aware.
And fun fact about Liz, reads almost only fiction.
Almost
correct?
exclusively. Yes.
I've entered that realm.
Wow.
Will say, actually,
Wow.
I'm with you, Liz.
Yes.
You know, and my favorite thing to say is, does it have wizards in it? And if it doesn't have wizards in it, I'm a little suspicious. I'm looking to escape my life here.
See, and I'm all about romance and murder
Romance and murder.
because the two go together
Yep.
so well.
I always have to maintain a list on Goodreads, which is like your wish list of what you're going to read next, because otherwise I literally just go into bookstores and pick things out because I think the cover is pretty. And that's not a good system. So I have to make a list.
I enjoy seeing like your monthly or quarterly post that you put about what books you've read because
thank
they're
you.
usually very
She
good.
absolutely crushes books.
Yeah.
She just wheels through them.
Yeah.
I don't.
Have since I was like 4. Like that's just
I mean, I guess you have
Part of my
passed the bar
DNA.
exam.
yeah, and that's what killed nonfiction for me. All the reading in law
sure.
school, I was like, yeah, I'm out. That's enough.
Interesting. Well, let's go back to those early days. And there's
Back to
some,
real estate.
there's something that
Can we just talk about sourdough and reading? And
Also, a Nicole talent sourdough. See
Yeah.
that you're gonna get to that eventually
No,
too.
no. I've had a what do you call it? A roll?
Like
loaf?
A
Yeah.
loaf, yes,
Yeah.
loaf.
a loaf.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever traded any of the chicken eggs for a loaf. I probably
We did some egg trading early on.
Did you?
You guys are serious homesteaders.
Once the girls get going this spring, I'll bring a couple.
Okay.
Well,
The chickens, he means.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
They're,
Okay,
they're not
fine.
right now. They're not on egg laying schedule because it's dark and
So
cold.
they don't. Okay, so they don't lay eggs in the winter.
No, you get about one egg every maybe 8 days per
okay.
chicken if you feed them properly.
Sure.
In the summer, you get one per day.
Right.
So
Fair.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Nicole, tell us, how did you end up in real estate in the first place?
So I have a corporate marketing degree, like public relations, marketing, did corporate marketing for several years. After 9/11, I got laid off. I was at a computer consulting firm. Basically did like event planning and
that's hilarious.
planned
To me.
massive parties.
Nicole doing event planning?
No,
Yeah.
Nicole working at corporate America.
Oh, yeah. It didn't last long. And then I ended up in the mortgage business.
Okay.
I did that for 8 years. And part of what I liked best about the mortgage business, like, yes, working with clients, but it became very compliance heavy, and that was not my wheelhouse. I loved connecting with buyers, and then also networking with real estate agents.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Became like really pretty strong partners with some Remax Results teams.
Okay.
And so when I decided to leave mortgage, I went to be a transaction coordinator for a team at Results.
Okay. I don't think I knew that. Did you know that?
No.
That was pre-Coldwell Banker.
Wow.
So, well, okay. So then my son was going into kindergarten. I was like, okay, I could actually go back to corporate America if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So after 18 months of Results, I was like kind of burnt out and went back to corporate marketing for 9 months, and I hated it. I was absolutely miserable. It was not the right environment for me.
Yeah.
So called some people that I knew in real estate, and I was like, I want to come back. Like, I would literally answer phones at the front desk. Don't care.
Yeah.
Need to be in the South Metro because of my kids, and just want to be back in the real estate environment. And I was introduced to Parker's dad and was working for him 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was, yeah. And then the rest is kind of history.
Yeah. Okay. So then fast forward to now, over all those years, what do you feel like is your real estate superpower?
Probably networking and connecting with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you do it? What's the secret sauce?
You know, I think it's more about just being genuine and making people feel special in an authentic way.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be fake. It can't be scripted.
Yeah.
It's just truly finding common ground and common connection with people and helping them.
Yeah. How do you balance that emotionally? Like, how do you like?
It was very hard at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would get very emotionally involved in my transactions.
Yeah. Fair.
And I see that in young agents. It's very common. It's very easy to do. At the end of the day, you have to be the level-headed one that sometimes protects the clients from making mistakes
Yeah.
that are emotional. And you need to have the ability to say, okay, let's step back a second. What are we actually trying to accomplish? And what's the easiest way to get there?
Yeah.
And how do we work together in a transaction to not make it so it doesn't get contentious, right? And you're actually both trying to accomplish the same thing, but how do we get there in a friendly way,
Yeah.
right? So it's important to me to I don't have to be friends with the agent on the other side, but have really good communication, have really good problem solving abilities.
Yeah.
Honestly, the problem solving part of real estate is probably one of the things that I like the best outside of the relationship side.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. And I want to come back to that, but Parker, let me ask you the same question. How do you, whether it's obvious to our listeners or not, you are always very emotionally invested in everything you're doing, whether that's building a team or building a brokerage or representing clients. How do you protect your own mental health from that? How do you protect yourself from being so invested in other people's stuff that it just envelops you?
Yeah, you just have to learn the skills along the way, and there's a lot of self-development, a lot of books, a lot of coaching, a lot of therapy.
Therapy.
Yeah.
I look at therapy as a mental coach, right?
Yeah.
But it's difficult, and I would say that they should teach that in real estate school,
Right?
Right?
versus a lot of the stuff that they teach in real estate school.
I mean, I just got my broker license and it was nothing.
Woohoo!
It was absolutely nothing about learning how to run a business. It was like real estate 101, like how many feet in a mile. I was like, it was mind numbing.
Yeah.
You don't learn anything about running a business.
And that was the realization in probably 2017, 18 that I had, was that really has led to this whole thing, this whole model, right?
Yeah.
Which was like, the broker's not going to save you. The schooling is not going to teach you.
Right.
It's purely just pass this test, and now you got to go figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And so when we were growing the team in 2018, I don't remember exactly how many agents. I want to say maybe a handful.
Yeah.
Nicole, 10. Yes, Nicole's number one. Watching them come through, and
Yeah.
you know, you think, well, okay, if I can help this person grow their business and they can have success, that's a fulfilling feeling, similar to helping a seller put their house on the market and achieving the highest sales price,
Right.
or just achieving their goal, right? And I just think there's a huge lack of that in this industry.
100%. And like,
That's why we have 82% failure rate, right?
yeah, even, you know, if you look at the state level, you look at our association level, bless their hearts, they're doing the work, but there isn't a whole lot of career development guidance or company development guidance from those levels. So it is like networking with other leaders, finding out what's working for them, whether it's local or national. Like, you've done an amazing job at that, of finding mentors nationwide that have helped you build this company to what it is, and
Yeah.
making that choice to go independent. And that's very much like a mentorship networking thing that you did.
Yeah, I've just always believed that the brokerage or the industry is not going to help you get there. And
Yeah.
if we can be the ones that step up as leaders to help other agents have success, we're doing a lot for the industry. We're doing a lot for the agent specifically. We're helping a lot of people. And, you know, you've been doing this long enough, like, the money's cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, the number of people you help is really, like, that's what it's all about. And when we die,
Yeah, like, I don't even look. I mean, I track my numbers, right? Like, you have to as a business person, but really it's about helping people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the paycheck's great. It's the reward for doing a good job.
the cool thing about Nicole and I was early on, we're talking Coldwell Banker days when her and I are in the office. And Liz, you're probably there too. We're just sitting there and we're like, all right, what are we doing today?
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to push each other. And I would say we had some contention there. We
Once in a
fought.
while.
We fought once in a while.
Yeah.
Kind of like brother
Parker
and sister.
really likes change.
Kinda like
Nicole
brother and
doesn't
sister.
like change as much.
Yeah.
And it was like a new software, a new CRM every 6 months. And I was like, dude, I'm out. Pick
Yeah.
one and stick to it, and then I'll join in.
Well, and I didn't know leadership at the time, right? And
Sure.
when you change things up that rapidly, we see this a lot in the team environment in the industry. They constantly are just shifting. It's poor leadership on the leader's part, and then the agents will look at the leader and say, I don't, just like you just said, throw your hands up, like, I'm done with this, right?
Right. Yeah.
Steady, stoic, consistent leadership is what people want.
Which is what you are now.
Which, well, yeah, and we're in literally every day we work on that. And back to the mindset question, like, every day we are working on something mindset related with Parker.
Well, and going back to like,
Anybody in leadership should be, really.
It's
Yeah.
just, there's so many things coming at us so fast all the time. I always say, like, every day we know that really bad things are going to happen and probably really good things are going to happen. And
Sure.
the time in which you're going to experience both is just how fast you're moving. And we move really fast here.
Yeah.
But I want to go back. So this is important to me. And I think just to anyone listening, Nicole and I were in this, call it 15 by 15 room with computers, and
Yeah.
it was a mess. We had shit everywhere. And the thing that we had that was the consistency of Nicole and I would go to the office all the time, every day.
Yeah.
And it almost became this competition of, like, who's going to get more Zillow reviews? Who's
Right.
going to make more calls? Who's going to hold more open houses? Who's
Right.
going to, and what we were doing, we didn't really know it, but we were holding each other accountable to the things that really mattered.
right.
And
The actual business building activities.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Making phone calls, writing notes, doing open houses, making phone calls. Like, we did the activities every day that matter.
Well, and how rare to be able to find another person that's, kind of operating at your same intensity level that is willing to kind of engage with you in that way. I mean, what a
Parker
great.
was a little more intense than I was.
Yeah, so it's
I
kind
know.
of like
I mean, maybe it became that way, but
this is a weird.
I also
there
had
was a
2
learning
young
curve.
children.
Exactly.
Yes.
all right. What I'm about to say is gonna maybe sound weird, and I'm not calling you old.
I mean, I'm almost 15 years older than you.
No, you aren't.
No. So next
Are
month
you
I
not
turn
40?
next month I turn 40.
Okay, 12 years older than you.
So we'll still be in we're in that like age now. I was thinking about it where like 10 years up, 10 years down, you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like, when the family has like the beloved dog in the family, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, and you go out and get a puppy, and the puppy comes in and just starts
Attacking the
attacking
dog.
everything, taking the spot on the couch.
Oh my gosh,
Bringing
yes.
that energy.
He was the
I was the puppy coming into the Cola Baker office, and I was like ripping stuff apart, and I'm like questioning why on everything. We go to sales meetings down the hall, and I'd be like, why are
we
this?
here?
Why that? Why does that team do that? Why, and I was always just curious because I was really just looking for the answers of how to grow.
Yeah.
And that curiosity in me has always been there, I think, from just playing sports at a high level and going on to college and playing, golf at college. But that thing, if I'm an agent right now and I'm sitting in a brokerage office, I'm looking for that person that I can work with because it pushes you to go to the next level, and you will do more than you will do on your own if you have somebody like Nicole with you, right?
Well, and so Shane Hall and I share an office, and he was doing some coaching calls yesterday, and like he's phenomenal.
Oh.
Like Shane is such a good coach, and like so he's very direct. He's going to say, these are the things you need to do. This is what I want you to do, and come back to me with the results of.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I think that's one thing that our company does really well is we have some phenomenal production coaches that really guide people through those steps and tell them what to do and care about their growth and help them get there. Right? I mean, as an agent, you have to want it, right? We can't make you do it. You have to have the drive, but the resources are here.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So going back, we're sitting there, we're both selling a lot of homes. We're having a lot of success, and which is cool. We keep pushing each other, and we keep growing. And that kind of that jump out of the plane moment we both had that we talked about earlier causes you to really stand up and just say, hey, I got to do this on my own now. And the cool thing is we still had each other.
Yep.
And Liz, of course, was a part of that too. But we didn't have our mentor anymore. The mentor wasn't the same person that he was.
Right.
Or I wasn't physically, mentally there. And so that's kind of okay, now I got to make this work on my own moment.
Yeah.
And a lot of agents that get into this business feel that way right from the get-go.
Right.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to those agents who might be feeling that position? Because you can either go up or you can go down.
I
There
mean,
is
it's
no
like a
between.
92% failure rate within the first 2 years or something like that, right?
It's something like that, yeah.
I think,
high. Yeah.
and the statistic last year was 70% of people with a real estate license didn't sell any homes at all,
Yeah.
right?
There's an
So
asterisk there, but yes, let's go with it.
it's really who you surround yourself with makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I notice even like I love having our office in Apple Valley, but there's not a ton of agents there. I would love for there to be more, right? Just to create a better, more energized environment where we're all like playing off of each other and creating that culture again, right?
Yeah. Energy begets energy. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
COVID changed that a little bit.
It did. Yeah, it made people really used to working from home, which is a great perk to this business as well. You can be flexible, you can work from home. But I think if you only work from home, you will be stunted in your growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, 92%. I mean, I have a personal problem with that, and that actually is the mission behind the whole company and what we're doing. It's why we still have coaching and training and meetings like we do, because I don't care how much production you do. If you want to grow and be better, I want to help be a part of that, because I know at the traditional environment out there, that's not happening.
Well, and I
it's
think
not happening in
even-
your basement either.
Right. And even at, a higher level that I operate at, like I feel like I can come to you and be like, okay, I'm stuck. Like, what do I do to keep pushing myself? Or what's next?
It just depends on how high somebody wants to go. And, not everybody needs to do what we've done. No one, as a real estate agent, like you can achieve any level of net worth that you really want, any level of sales success, any kind of lifestyle living. But what you have to understand is you're going to eat glass for the first 5 years, and it's going to suck. Like you're going to have to eat shit and glass and, and do the hard things.
some terrible
and what you're
metaphors.
doing, you're basically giving your time up for free in order to earn it back later on.
Yeah.
And I think people get into this business and they think, well, no, there's got to be a direct time versus income correlation there. Corporate America, for example, you
Right.
show up to work, you get paid an amount.
Right.
Well, no,
You don't have any control over that amount growing in
right.
corporate America.
But then once you get past, let's just say those 5 years, now you have more. You have more choice. You have more control. You have more freedom. Right. People get into this business for income and freedom. Right.
But you really don't get that until after year 5.
I'll tell you what, I still don't have that. Like, because if I stop showing up and stop doing the things that I want to do, the business stops growing. So if
Yeah.
I'm cool with it just flatlining, sure. Like, okay, I can take Thursdays and Fridays off. But if you want to continue to grow in your career and not be worried about slow months or slow quarters, like you got to keep your foot down all the time.
I actually got a listing 2 or 3 weeks ago. They had met with another agent that was spending the winter in Florida, and that person just physically wasn't available for them, and they wanted to get moving faster. And I got the listing because I was there.
It makes sense.
And again, that agent in Florida, that might have been a huge life goal of theirs, and they accomplished it. And congratulations, that's amazing, right?
Right.
But if you want to continue growing your career, you have to continue to keep that pedal down. And even you, 16 years in, you have times when you're slow, when you're worried, like when
Yeah,
you're
it stabilizes. Like I'm to a point where it's more stable, right? But sure, if it's a little slow, yeah, I freak out a little bit.
What have you done when you've reached sort of plateaus in your career where you're just kind of continuing at the same level and you want to bump it up a little bit? Like what have you changed up to move things around a little?
I mean, this year I am amping up my personal contact. So like the last 2 years, I've done a private client event with just my clients,
Yeah.
which has been super fun and super rewarding. But this year I'm doing handwritten notes, and I'm actually picking up the phone and calling people. And some people that I hate to admit I have not talked to in 10 years,
Yeah.
but I'm doing it.
That's great.
Like you just have to push yourself out of your own comfort zone. I think as agents, we get in our head like, oh, I don't want to bug people. They don't want to hear from me. Like you get that call reluctance, but you helped them make one of the biggest decisions and biggest financial transactions of their life.
Yeah.
Why would they not want to talk to you?
Right.
So like you have to kind of get out of your own way and just do the stuff.
an old script that I remember and I love in times like this. Anytime you have change happening in the industry and you might not have talked to somebody for a long time, you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Nicole, it's Parker. How you guys doing? Hey, there's a ton of change going on in the real estate world, and I feel obligated to share that with all of the people that have trusted me with their service, with their business. I don't know if you've seen, but interest rates just dropped below 6%.
Yep.
And we think they're actually going to continue to go a little bit lower. And by the way, we're also seeing this influx of inventory. So if you have considered doing anything with your home, I mean, let's look at your options. Or, because options means refinance, investing, renting. Like, do you know somebody in your network that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm in the process of talking to somebody that I helped 15. It was like my first or second year in real estate. He was a super young kid when he bought his first house for $150,000, and now that property has more than doubled in value, and he's married and has a small child, and they want to move up. And I wouldn't have known that if I wouldn't have picked up the phone in November and called him.
Mm-hmm.
I think even within that story, Nicole is such an interesting combination of incredible interpersonal skills, but also really strong market knowledge and like the mortgage background. I mean, that's kind of a rare combination. Is that something like, how important is keeping on top of market stuff to you?
Well, super important. And just like, not that time in the business is everything, right? There's lots of people that have a lot of success very quickly in this industry. But I was meeting with a first-time home buyer yesterday that's in his mid-30s, and they were just looking at buying a townhome. And I said, what's your long-term goal with real estate? Like, are you going to live in this property for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Like, I want to help you throughout that entire journey. So what does that look like for you? And he's like, oh, I really want to own like 3 or 4 investment properties. And I was like, and by the end of the conversation, we were talking about $250,000 worth of cash and how he should leverage those funds.
Jeez.
Like, do you dump it all into buying one property with cash, or do you split it up and buy 4 or 5? So we're talking about investment strategies and leverage, which is a completely different conversation than somebody
First-time home
that
buyer.
is buying their first-time home with 3% down. Like,
But being able to articulate that to that investor client is value, because if he or she calls you and it's like, hey, Nicole, I see this house in Rosemount that I want to go buy, and they send you a link online, you just go open the door, say, here you go.
and you don't actually know what their goals are.
No, the next time around, they're not going to call you. They're just going to
Click on Zillow and say, I want to see this property.
Yeah, but if you actually proactively are looking for those properties, and you can connect them to the right property, run a cash flow analysis, look at net operating income, look at all of the investing terms to say on paper, this is a really sound investment. They're going to be like, she made that really easy on me. She's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So the next one that they want to buy, they're going to call you, right?
Right.
So understanding how to articulate those things is important as you grow your career.
Well, and that's growth too. Like, I own investment properties, so I've learned just from my own experience what properties to look for, and it's a completely different model than just going out and buying a house that you're going to live in.
Right.
Okay, well, we're going to do some closing up kind of questions. So let's do some that span the length of your career. And I'm going to ask you first, and then I'm going to ask Parker. What's the thing that has changed the most about this being a part of this company over the years?
Technology
Mm.
and obviously leadership.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Parker, what about Nicole has changed the most in these 16 years that you've known her?
Well, there's a lot.
Yeah, right?
I think it's the ability to be able to accept that change is part of the industry and part of the career. And whether it's in the industry itself or within the walls of this company, Nicole's always been able to kind of juke and jive with the changes as we've grown.
Yeah.
One of the things, when you're agent number 1, and now we're, a company of nearly 300.
300.
Yeah.
A lot changes there. I'll be the first to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You can't fit around the same dinner table anymore. And so to be able to still find your place and find value and be a leader of a company that's growing like that, you got to be somebody that lives on the front edge of that stuff. And like she comes in and asks me questions about videos and target marketing. And you and I were talking about AI the other day.
Geo-targeting and AI and yeah.
Like most people 16 years in are like, no, I'm shipping it. I'm still sending my 1,500 mailers, and Nicole's looking for something else she can do to be a better agent, a better person. So,
but I also think in the realm of AI and the extensive amount of technology that we do have available to us, the human connection is still so important.
And I'll comment on that because that was number 2 was your emotional intelligence and the way that you carry yourself is why you're a really skilled realtor at this point. Like if you talk to Nicole, she listens more than she talks.
Absolutely.
If I've seen you at a listing appointment, you ask the right questions and then you let them tell you the answers. I think that's why you connect so well emotionally with people. But let's be honest, like when you were 25, you probably weren't the same way. You've been through some tough shit in your life.
Yeah, and
You know,
I didn't become a realtor until I was 30. No, 35, 37, something like that.
Yeah.
I believe
I think like even just life experience and where you start has a big impact on that.
Sure.
But yeah,
This is the last thing
I've
I'll
been
say.
through life shit.
history leaves clues.
Yeah.
History leaves clues. And if you're an agent out there that wants to grow, you might be starting your career, or you just want to get back into it, look for successful people like Nicole and learn from all of the tendencies. Learn how they speak, learn how they carry themselves, learn how they dress, operate, talk. You have to be able to look at what has worked over a span of a career. 16 years, there are certain things, core concepts in Nicole's life, in her personality, in her work ethic, in the things that you do that are proven successful traits. And again, success leaves clues. History leaves clues, right? So whenever she gets down on herself, I always, number 1, bring you back to a center point.
Yeah.
And then I always bring you back to those core concepts that you've always done your whole career.
Well, and just like core values, right? Like,
Right.
who are you as a person and what do you value and how can you use that?
And then oftentimes what happens is you leave after we talk and you're like, yeah, I got this. You go get active again. You mentally, you get more positive and then boom, you're back to sales sprees, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say those 2 things. I've watched Nicole develop, grow, change, and then also just emotionally grow with it. You just become tougher as you go through tough shit in life, right?
Yeah. But also have empathy for people that are going through tough shit. Like one of my favorite clients to work with is women getting divorced.
Yeah.
Because I've been through it.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah. And that can be a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
You handled it very well. I mean, it was over in 6 months, wasn't it?
Less than that. We don't need to talk about it.
I think
You even made quick work of a divorce.
It's the quickest
great
divorce
work.
in history.
Yeah.
Nicole doesn't have time for bullshit. She just gets
other
stuff
people
done.
draw it out and spend hundreds of thousands on shit. So
Screw that.
I think the biggest change that I've seen in Nicole over the time that we've known each other, which has been a long time, is sort of a combination of confidence and authenticity. Because I think you've always been a confident person. I don't think anybody ever doubted that. But I feel like the confidence that you exude now is this very authentic, like, this is just the person that I am, and I am comfortable with it, and I am confident in it. And what an amazing thing for any of us. That's great. So
See, Liz is going to make me cry.
yeah.
that's how it goes. I could put up the picture again.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, no. Nicole is a rock star and a force of nature, 100%. So give us this to close it out, Nicole. What is your best advice for other agents out there?
I mean, I think you just kind of nailed it. Like, be authentic and find who your people are, and that's when you'll grow and thrive.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is it for today's episode of No Contingencies. Whew. If you got value from this conversation, please take a second to share it with another agent who's serious about growing. If you're looking for a brokerage that's forward-thinking, accountability-driven, and built for the next chapter, we should talk. Thanks for listening. Now get out there and make something happen.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nicole.